It's our girl Lucy, and apparently this video has been age restricted. So will I get in trouble for it? Probably, but let's see what she talks about.
Okay, I'm gonna try and say this in a way that doesn't get my channel nuked out of orbit.
Too late. It already got age restricted.
Wish me luck. Here goes nothing. So, I was taking care of business
Yeah,
last Saturday night. Not the type
bro. Dude, taking care of business for me is like every night, bro. It's like, I try to see something that that's like spicy, and then just
of business I do with your mom. This time it was a solo venture. Yeah, this is more of a dark room, empty apartment, 3 a.m. Can't sleep because my memories haunt me, so I guess I'll just do this instead. Kind of business.
dude, that's facts, dude. Especially when you can't, especially when you can't go to, especially when you can't go to bed. You just go like, what is it, 2 more extra times? Oh yeah.
And when I'm taking care of business, I like to do a little, let's say, market
Doom
research. I
scrolling.
like to
Oh,
know what's popular. I want to know how other people are taking care of their
oh, facts. Popular of the week and all that. Hell yeah.
business. As you know, my business is in the
Oh, bro, that's a great one.
anime industry, and I'm definitely a seasoned veteran of all things anime business, as we're putting it. After all, I've been consuming it for so long that I've genuinely lost the ability to feel attraction towards real people. I don't want to get into it. What I want,
Bro, that sounds like therapy, man. If that's really the, which I mean, obviously Lucy's probably memeing, right? But if that's really the case, then you need therapy, girl. Like that's incredibly unhealthy. Like here's the thing, I consume like a lot of like 3D like SFM anime, not anime, but like video game characters and things like that, like those fan animation ones. That's what I like to call them. Like the off-brand, fan animation that people make, exclusive, that they're always exclusively naked and such. Even then, I still have attraction to actual people, so it's not as a deep problem for me. But for Lucy here, girl, you need help.
want you to take away from this is that I know my stuff, and I've developed
Dude, if a girl looked at me like that and I assume she was staring at his crotch and just kind of like smiled, but not like not like an oppressive way, but like I don't even know what that even looks like. Not exactly scornful, but I'd be very demoralized if she gave me that look.
a strong sense of culture and taste throughout the years, which means I'm picky with art styles sometimes. Not all of them do it for me. Stiff animation takes me out of the moment. Short episodes don't let me
Oh, bro, absolutely. Especially when the sum that goes like that just goes back to back in their frames, just repeat of frames. Bro, I don't like those ones either.
immerse, and bad angles make me question why the director thought I'd want to stare at an ugly bastard's ass crack for
I'll be honest with you, that just looks like a a ball of flesh just banging a girl. That's what that looks like.
2 minutes straight. But every so often, you find a beautiful art style with fluid animation and fluids, and it's always a precious
Yeah.
moment of wonder to stumble upon a new
You want to know something crazy? The one show that I've seen that has really good fluids, which I no, actually no, it is considered an etchy show from what I can remember. Because because I did see like like, I didn't even know I didn't even know there was an uncensored version, and then I saw it. I was like, oh, which was the anime was Mysterious Girlfriend X, I think, or just Mysterious Girlfriend. Um, it's a good show. Like in terms of like the art and things like that, it's actually really good. It's just that when it comes with like the spits, the fluids, I guess you could say, it's next level.
gem, a new shiny crystal to add to your jewel collection.
Oh
So
my
why do
god.
the most popular crystals so often turn out to be merely trailer park meth? Look, I'm not judging people who enjoy NTR.
I do, I
Well,
judge.
no, I'm actually judging. A
Mm-hmm.
lot. But as a proud and patriotic American, I believe in a man's freedom to choose. I just don't know why he would choose to be a cuck.
You know what's even crazy? That scene is supposed to represent what, like, I think what Japan thinks of Americans. I'll be like, bro, majority of gun owners are not like that. The ones are the ones that are gun owners are the illegal ones, and they are in Chicago or in Philly.
Why choose the pain of being cheated on when you could choose the joy of owning my Gamersoap's cup, available now, Code Lucy to fantasy or two. Sometimes people
Oh,
like
there it
weird
is, right
things
there.
that they would play bankrupt to have a naughty
There it is that one. Granted, she didn't pick a good one, but there's actually better ones than this.
fantasy or two. Sometimes people like weird things that they wouldn't support doing in real life. Look at me! I'm a big fan of some hardcore sibling bonding myself. Big words don't fit in your mouth, but you know what does? Your dick. Fuck, it's so bad. But I think the big difference between
Yeah, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. Was an incest hentai as well. Some of them are pretty okay. Others are pretty, pretty out there. There's the other one that seems some that are like really out there.
people like me with totally normal interests like that and NTR scum is the sheer amount of high quality content they have at their disposal. They have the high budget animation of multi-episode series, joke songs that feel more like a love letter to the genre than a parody, and their dojins are more plentiful than Yuri, ponytails, and swimsuits, for Christ's sake.
I think it's because, and I don't, and I'm not gonna say this like disparagingly and things like that, but I am. Is that Japan kind of has like a cucking problem, weirdly enough, um, which is kind of interesting because, granted, it's not exactly. I wouldn't really say it's like the majority that really believes in this, but I have heard some answers from some bystanders, I guess you could say, more of like the random people. I guess it might depend on where exactly where you're located at. I guess is mainly what mainly you'll probably get different answers depending where you're located and such, especially in parts of Japan. But I've definitely heard a, a good amount of women actually that will say that they wouldn't mind their boyfriend going with other women because they have a boyfriend, something like that, like along those lines. And I always found that very problematic. Like they would rather have boyfriends that cheat on them than, or at least being open to all of that, instead of being exclusive, and because they don't want to be lonely, and I get what it means to be lonely, but my God, I would not go that deep of sacrificing my humanity.
This is clearly not a niche thing, and it's high time we sat each
Mm-hmm.
other down and had a little chat about it. So, guys, what the is going on? I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I've done a lot of research to get to the bottom of this issue, and by a
Yeah,
lot, I mean I have nothing but circumstantial evidence that wouldn't pass any scientific peer review. But in my defense, there's not a lot of solid data on this for obvious reasons. And
of
this is the
course.
part of the script where I abandon all pretense of keeping this video.
I won't lie to you. I actually like it when what is it, when the women are posed like that. I don't know. I just find that really sexy.
Monetized because it is crucial that you consult the very not safe for work graphs. Here's a chart from Faco, a well-known titan of the industry, and this is what they reported.
Dude, NetRare would be in California, of damn course. But damn, everyone else is Fudanari. I'm telling you, man, Fudanari is great. Me, and the what is it? Me and my what is it? And the great viewer here, Williams, bro. We both like Fuda because, well, I like it because it's very funny. To me, I always find it very funny that you'll see like regular like characters, right? Regular like petite or even just like a, I don't know, I don't really mean regular, but like a normal schoolgirl, and what is it, for some reason their dicks are just like the size of their leg, and I always found that shit funny because it's like they're a lot of them aren't even like it's a reasonable size or not like a girthy. It's always like it has to be like at a minimum of 12 inches and like 8 inch like 12 inches of length or so, and like 8 inches wide. It's like, dude, like none of the proportions make any sort of sense.
As the most popular tags in America from 2019.
I'll be honest with you, I am a little bit surprised. Not really, but like North Dakota. Is it North Dakota? I think so. Or is that Wash? No, no, no. Or is it Wisconsin? That's an incest. No, I think that's North Dakota.
19. From it, you can immediately
Hmm.
understand two absolute truths. One, chicks with dicks is more popular than any weeb is willing to admit. And
Mm-hmm.
two, as we always knew, California is full of cocks. Europe is
Yeah,
similarly
who
in
would have
love with
thought?
girl dick, and this proves that Belgium is the Cali of Europe. Yeah, I don't know what any of us are supposed to do with that information either. I guess it does provide some.
Wait, it's only those ones, but what's the one like in Russia and things like that? Do they even have? Maybe they do.
Hope by showing NTR has yet to establish total dominance in the West, but it gets a lot less comforting when you realize California is the most populated state, and if they're getting infected, it's only a matter of time until it reaches the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone remember COVID? Granted, these charts are outdated by a few years, and I couldn't find anything more recent from Faku itself. Again, studies on this subject are hard to come by, but what I have managed to gather is revealing.
Lucy, you have what is it? You and your friends, especially some of the lewd ones, have reputation. Like especially I think Project Melody is like she has been sponsored by Faku, I think by a couple of times. Like you could have asked her to contact, to contact them and say, "Hey, do you have any updated stats with the popular what's the popular tags? What is it for each country slash states?" And I think they would have given you the information probably. On top of that, Hawaii is biggest for cheating? Really?
And we haven't even gotten to the data coming in from the other side of the globe, which I believe is where the real poison lies. Behold! The most popular genres from Fonza, a Japanese adult e-commerce website. There's a lot
Mm.
wrong with this 2018 list they released, in no small part because tentacles are disgustingly far down in the ranking. But what takes the
Oh, if that's facts. Are you kidding me? I thought it'd be more. Dude, look at that graph disparity. Holy shit. Holy wow.
cake is how comfy NTR is sitting here at the #1 spot, and it's not even close.
Dude, it's not. It's literally like double and a half of number two. Holy crap. Japan's got an issue, bro.
See that gigantic red bar? Now compare it to the much smaller bars below it. Their tiny, pathetic bars can't even compare in terms of length. Yeah, NTR is so
And
insidious,
girth
it's even
too.
causing bar graphs to have size insecurity. And before you try to cope or blame men for the issue, NTR is unfortunately the top ranking for both genders, as
Oh,
you can
I
see
believe it.
here. But wait! There's more! NTR May's here to let you know the situation is worse than you think. Please, curse your eyes with this. This is from another Japanese distributor, DL Site, and they provide much more recent data from 2023. On the left side of the chart, you can see what's most popular with the
Really? Number seven's ASMR in terms of just regular ASMR or like the not safe for work ASMR?
user base, and boom,
It's
once
a great
again,
question.
we have NTR as the champion. No surprise there. But the funniest part is the right side of the chart, which shows the most common genres that actual doujin authors are creating.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
NTR doesn't make the top 20 list. It's not even there. And that's when it
Really?
dawned on me. Doujin artists aren't making more NTR than anything else. They're not trying to psy up the world into liking cheating whores. It's the other way around. These poor
Oh,
Japanese
these are
artists
fans.
just want to bake a lovely cream pie for
Or
their audience, but the users are foaming at the mouth, desperately refreshing the page in hopes that a new NTR
is that what it is?
NTR story will drop. Hell, it might even be accurate to say that NTR doujin artists are the furry artists of Japan. Because yeah, furries might not be your passion, but if the customer base is not dedicated as hell with money that taunts. Japanese artists are doing their part to cult NTR, so it's not their fault. Even when less NTR content is being released, it's still the most popular tag. They refuse to let it go. There's no wonder so many animations are of the NTR variety because it sells like hotcakes to these people, which is another thing you have.
No, but wouldn't that still be a big problem that is the individuals that demand it and buy it? So technically yes, it's true. It may not be the artist per se because they're just fulfilling the commissions. I guess that, but one way to put it. But it's still a problem because you still have the masses desperately and buying and hiring and all that such for these to be widely more available. Is that more of an issue?
Have to consider in this conversation because let's face it, a lot of us who don't live in Japan are accessing this content by sailing the seven seas, so our opinion doesn't hold as
Absolutely.
much weight as the people who actually open their wallets.
Hmm.
But how is it possible that Japanese people are so into NTR as a genre? Sure, morality and fantasy are often not linked. Ask any Westerner what their first thought is when you say stepsisters and washing machines. But why NTR in
Yep.
specific? What is it about cheating and being cheated on that's so arousing to them? Well, the rabbit hole gets a bit deeper when you realize that NTR is kinda vanilla to Japanese people. No, hear me out. Cheating in Japan.
Yep, there it is. That's what I mentioned earlier. Yes, yes, yes. Which is crazy though. It's like, how is cheating or NCR and all that stuff considered vanilla to them? It's like, bro, it seems more by your society than anywhere else. Actually, others have a big problem. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Japan is insanely common, and I do
Yep.
mean insanely common. You don't have to look far to realize this because street interviews asking Japanese people what they think about cheating have been
Yep.
going pretty viral these days. Here's one from 9 years ago where you can find bangers like,
Oh, it's
I
Asian
think
boss.
90% of men cheat, and sleeping with a sex worker is not cheating to me. And that's only one interview among dozens on this
Yeah,
platform, and
it's
the
so
majority of the people
many.
interviewed share the same sentiment. And no, I'm not saying that street interviews are totally unbiased. The type of person willing to answer them might be more likely to cheat. Or maybe the uploader edited out all the normal takes so they could rage bait the audience. Wouldn't be the first time something like that has been done. Perhaps cheating is common in Japan, but no more so than any other nation. And being unfaithful towards your spouse is punishable by law there, so surely they don't think it's okay to cheat. Which is a reasonable and fair way to think, right? But guess
I mean, sure, they might have those laws, but doesn't mean that people won't go out of their way to lie about why they are divorcing and such.
what? I have stats to back up my unhinged rambling, baby. According to a study done on 40 different countries by the Pew Research Center, 12% of Japanese people think cheating is morally acceptable, which sounds low. Only until you realize that that's higher than almost every other country surveyed.
Ooh.
And another study from the Statista Research Department had 28% of Japanese male respondents confess to cheating on partners in the past, with 22% of women saying the same. And that's only the people who
That's actually a decent amount. Consider how small of a population Japan is. That's actually a considerable amount. That's crazy.
admitted to it. Compare that to the one they did in the US, where only 21% admit to being cheaters. Now imagine if you forced everyone to take a little
Yeah.
liquid courage ahead of time before answering. Still, those numbers aren't that far apart. Based on those stats, you can't say a Japanese person is twice as likely to cheat as an American, so no gotcha there. If
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, sure, I do think that the numbers would be different, but you gotta take in consideration that Japan is probably like what, like 10 million people in population. America's 200 million. It's a massive difference, and considering that Japan, is significantly smaller in population, has a higher number than the ones who is much more densely popular. Yeah, that says a lot more about Japan than in the US. But as I said, maybe in the one in the US and maybe in Japan as well, don't really want to say, what the actual answer is.
anything, this made me doomer a bit by showing me just how common cheating and infidelity truly is. So, maybe NTR really is just as vanilla as wanting to help rearrange your stepmom's internal plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the strong conclusion I wanted when I went into making this video. I can't get mad at this. I don't
Yeah.
want to give the NTR Andes a dub and say that their fetish is relatively vanilla. Not when every single dojin with my tags ends up infected with one of theirs. God forbid you like big butts and older women, because practically 80% of those dojin are unsafe. It gets worse when they're
Yeah.
invading tags they have no business being in. Like, my god, tentacles! Dude, what the is this? What am I even looking at? Why are you here? I know I can't be the only one who feels.
Oh yeah, all the time, man. All the time. There definitely been like some tags that I've seen where it's like, bro, none of this was in the video or the animation, you know. And, you know, and facts, it's facts. I've seen this all the time. So yeah, it could be true about, you know, the tags of them being just inflated by just um what's that word? Um I don't know, but being BS and all that. Yeah, I can believe it.
Feels this way. I can't be the only one who wants to enjoy a lonely Saturday without being hit by 20 NTR comics before I find one vanilla. Is it a first world
Oh,
problem? Yes,
yeah.
but so is not liking the taste of tap water. Yet millions of people can relate to me on
Oh,
that.
there it
So
is.
no, I'm not going to leave you with some wishy-washy nut and let nut nonsense. I'm going to channel my inner brat and leave you with rage. I'm going to declare war. Aren't you sick and tired of watching the NTR Andes win? Don't you just want to start a fight?
I like that scene from Yu-Gi-Oh! It should be me, not him.
Sometimes. Don't you want someone to take a stand against these villains and let you know that you're not alone? I want to be that for you. I will be that for you. So puff up your chest, soldier, and say it with me now. Listen
All
up,
right.
NTR scum. You've had it too good for too long. I don't care whether you wish you were the cuck or the one doing the cucking. I don't
Oh my
care that you
God.
claim to only like it because of the art style. The truth is, you're spoiled. You get all the good animation, and dojin and YouTubers make parody songs to enable you. No more. You too will know the taste of being a second-class citizen. Don't act like you're just more base than us. Nay, that is a bold-faced lie. For we have established that your tastes are normie and sanely vanilla and the sign of but a common man. I won't.
You know something funny about that? All those were different. All those were 9 animes of different characters, and they all have the same damn face, bro. Anime is cooked.
Won't tell you to stop liking NTR. I won't even tell you it's bad to like NTR. At the end of the day, fiction and reality are
I
two
will.
separate matters.
I'll tell you
But
it's
if you
bad.
asked me if I thought a tiny bit less of you for liking it when innocent anime men have their marriages ripped apart, all because Chad has a 10-inch prick, then unfortunately, my answer is going to be a resounding yes! Sure, you can rock out with your out to whatever you damn well please, but on this day, you will know that the hearts of NTR haters are pure as freshly fallen snow, and our souls are filled with righteous fire. That fire gave birth to this song.
Oh my gosh, she made a whole song too.
I know it's been hard. The NTR Andes keep taking dubs. High budget animation, biggest titty bitches in the hentai game. It's tough times out here, but we ain't giving in.
Okay, I think this part will probably have to be edited out, but all right. Something tells me the song is what got her age restricted.
Another day on the gunner's grind to check my favorite tags. With mind break and a fat behind, gotta love anime.
Oh no, I think I've seen that one before.
Next page, why do I read that she has a husband? I feel rage like a searing heat. The NTR plague never comes.
Oh my god. She's so dedicated.
soldiers, my hope is that this
Okay.
melody will guide your hand on your journey. May it give you the strength to close one more dojin, avoid one more cultured anime, and block one more talented NTR artist on Twitter. And then, let it bring you home.
Show over. Bro, dude, she was so dedicated on making this song and this subject, going out of your way to make a song about this is definitely, it's definitely crazy, man. Uh, but yeah, man. But hey, good on Lucy. She's doing she's doing God's work. But anyway, uh, there you go. There's her. There's Lucy. Anyway, alrighty then.